Coach. Thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Kaepernick now to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Kaepernick going to throw. This is caught by Jackson. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves them from a 3 and out. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. To throw is Kaepernick. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Kaepernick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. Now Kaepernick. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that is incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Right here, right here.
319.
51.
Stop.
Me and you. Check three.
56.
Check 25. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Watch twist.
Off 52.
Twist. 49. Check 49.
What's that?
They'll start here with Jackson.
Kill.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Switch.
Alert.
Watch twist. Check your hot read.
Now it's Jackson.
Under 10.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On second and 11 now. Allen into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention, but sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
Mixon with a first down carry. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Kaepernick to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10.
He's coming. Tight.
They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Set, red, 60, orange. In your face.
On first down, Mixon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A quick throw now complete to Ross. A very solid gain of 27. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
At the Ravens 7-yard line.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Check. Race no travel.
Another try for Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his first touchdown on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically...
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. William Jackson with a pick. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
With the score, Bengals 14, Ravens nothing.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check 37. Check 30. Protein spin. Let's go.
Now Joe Mixon. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch right. I don't even know why this team showed up.
Nixon will try the right side. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
50. Clear.
touchdown. Nixon, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Come on, set. 30 base, let's go. Pick it up. Ready, go.
Now they'll throw with Kaepernick. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And it's now 21-0. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
From the 45 on second down, Allen. It's caught by Jackson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized. Executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Allen's throw is complete, and he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 45-yard line. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Hey, Zoo. What's the mic?
Allen to throw once more. It's caught by Davis. Past the 20. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll try the ground game with Jackson, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. They go play action here on first down. Open man is Ross, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
First down, Cincinnati.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Here's Kaepernick. That's complete. Bernard takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball. Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction. They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Kaepernick to throw again. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. To throw, Kaepernick. Got a man open, it's Ross. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. Now he'll escape to his left. The ball comes out, and this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Scene 6.
46 to Mike. 46 to Mike.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Hey, check, Mike.
And go.
To throw, it's Kaepernick. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7.
57. 57. It's our field. It's our field.
Blue dog Porkers. Blue dog Porkers.
Check 50. Check 50.
Foxtrot.
57's the Mike. Rock 57.
No game on this defense. No game.
Ready.
From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Just keeping the play alive. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, let's go. Alert, alert, alert. You better
On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Middle.
51's the Mike. Watch the run. They're running it.
Go.
51's Mike. Mike 51. So we got man.
To throw, it's Allen. This one caught by Davis. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 77 yards. As his guys are back within a single score. Tucker now to add the point after. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've seen their 21-0 advantage cut to just 7, so time to go back to work here, 1st and 10. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a play fake. Kaepernick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up.
Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Returnable here for Davis. .21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Watch one.
Hey, high 7.
So Mike's number one.
We own them. Alert.
Mike one.
Let's go.
Throwing now is Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. William Hayes, the pride of Winston-Salem State, coming in to drop him. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Allen going to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Let's go.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tempt to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
2nd and a yard at the 47-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Kaepernick now on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Like how they started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Kaepernick now to throw. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. To throw, Kaepernick. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. 22 yards there, a first down.
A gain of 22 yards. And the Bengals first down.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Kaepernick. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day. 51 to Mike, 51 to Mike. There we go.
To throw is Kaepernick. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Check 9, check 9. 5 wide, 5 wide, 5 wide.
They run on first down with Jackson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 32-yard line.
Underneath! Middle.
Right here, right here.
Here's Allen to throw it. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. That one good for 26 and a first down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Kaepernick. And that's complete. It's Green here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Davis now to return it. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They run again with Jackson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Five right. Three down.
Back to throw. Allen completes it to Davis. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Bottom line, 2-yard gain's just not going to cut it in this situation. You've got to move the ball downfield in order to have a chance.
Defense will give them that the rest of the way. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Kaepernick to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down.
First down, Bengals.
Back to throw, Kaepernick. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
It's 2nd down.
Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. Hey, 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 hey.
So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dime. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
Let's get it.
They'll run again with Jackson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So don't say nothing. Shift out.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Hey, wahoo.
First throw of overtime for Allen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that time almost intercepted. That would have changed things here in overtime, but instead 2nd down.
It's 2nd down.
That's one of those pivotal plays that'll just stick out in everybody's mind from this game. If he picks that off, what a momentum swing down here in the end zone.
And he did his job. He knocked the ball away. But it does feel like a letdown for him and his teammates, doesn't it? A chance to intercept it, turn it back over to his offense with a chance to win the game.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Allen got a man over the middle, and it's complete. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calling to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light is still on for him.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check 13. Check 13.
Back.
Alert.
Toss play to Jackson. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
You got him. You got him. You got him.
Stop.
Single.
Hey, exit.
117. Exit. We got him.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Allen got him in. It's Brown. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Got 3 down. 51 the mic, boys. 51. Here we go.
throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And that changes everything here in OT. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ed Oliver in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Room to run past midfield. He finds his running back, Mixon. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way.
Check 25. Check 25. He's crashing. He's checking crack.
Kaepernick going to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
You see me? You see me? They can't stop me out here.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. The Bengals bring out their punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Set, ready, 60 or.
When's the mic? Watch one. Watch one.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Ready, ready.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now. 50, clear.
And they will take a knee here. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
Drama, drama, drama. We saw all of it in this one. Overtime, all the way to the end of OT. The long field goal shot to win it, but they couldn't convert.
And because it's the regular season, we don't play more bonus football. We don't go to another period. It ended right there. You get one in overtime to get it done. Look, let's face it. That field goal attempt was a long shot to begin with. No pun intended, or maybe pun intended. But it doesn't go through, and it ends in a tie.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be